All right, let's do it. Final part of the Two Broke Gamers podcast where we talk about everything at this point. All the other console stuffs. Like, remember how, I mean, this is super old news but we were off for a while anyway. But there was going to be a beta for the patch of the Master Chief Collection. Well, actually, the patch is actually, like, the beta has actually been canceled, so it's not publicly available anymore. And they're actually going to update it internally and test it internally from here on out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice-ish.
Yeah,
They're doing things that they should have done from the get-go, but whatever.
yeah. Bethesda is actually going to have Bethesda is actually going to have its first E3 conference ever.
Good.
So that's
New
always
Skyrim game. I mean, new Elder Scrolls.
I mean, they
Great.
obviously have a lot to talk about if they reserved a section of E3.
Well, I know that with the Elder Scrolls Online is now free to play if you just buy the game. So, you're not going to pay monthly for it. But I would love to have a new Elder Scrolls game.
Some interesting tidbit about Square Enix. It actually trademarked Square Soft, which, is the old name of Square.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to bring back old RPGs or something like that. Maybe Mario RPG. Maybe a real sequel to Mario RPG, hopefully.
Maybe.
Here's an interesting tidbit about the old consoles, the Wii U, 3DS, the Wii U, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One. There was a Nielsen survey that talked about like what people prefer, and we'll probably link you to it. The PlayStation 4, there's just top five things why people got a PlayStation 4, and this is the owners aged 13 plus. It said PlayStation 4, it's got better resolution, a Blu-ray player, a better game library, faster processing power, and this is what a family wants. The Xbox One, people bought it. The number one reason was for the brand.
The brand, wow, it's not a good idea.
Innovative features, which, yeah, I guess.
Is it?
Yeah. Faster processing power, which is not really that fast than the PS4. Exclusive games and content, and then fun factor. So that's nice. The Wii U, the number one reason for people to get it was the fun factor. Better for kids, price/value, backwards compatibility, and exclusive games and content. Which that about sums up the Wii U.
That sums up what the Wii U exactly is.
Yeah, that's really what it is. So we'll post that list. I thought it was an interesting tidbit to bring up. What did you think about that, Steve?
No, that describes the PS4 and the Wii U perfectly.
What about the Xbox One?
What? Why? Those didn't make any sense.
I don't know. They have something. They had something.
Yeah, I guess they got something that Sony has already that's better. But whatever.
Yeah. All right. Project Cars is actually delayed again. It's actually coming in April this time. I think it was supposed to come out already, but
probably.
But no, April. Masahiro Sakurai, the creator of Smash Bros., he talked about how he's very impressed with Steam. There's a whole article about that. He talked about it in his latest weekly column in Famitsu, and he loves how the store is laid out and thinks it's like one of the best things he's ever seen. So
well, it is a very nice layout. It's very easy to control,
and it's cheap. Cheap.
Well, that's the games, but I'm talking about as far as like user maneuverability, it's very easy to make your way through Steam.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. Now something about Sony, because Sony was talking about like it also kind of made me kill my point about the Nintendo phone. Sony was actually talking about like sticking with portable in the future. He was asked about this from Reuters. And the CEO, Kaz Hirai, had talked about he talked about that they might depart from the TV and smartphone business. And here was the comments here. He was talking about the dominance of Apple and Samsung, and how it meant basically that it just wouldn't make sense for them to pursue sales in the smartphone sector. And when he was asked about if they were going to drop the phone and TV aspect of their business, kind of like how they killed off their PC arm, Hirai said that he wouldn't rule it out, which is really interesting.
Which is what I basically told you in our previous segment, is that other companies are doing it better, and I don't think Nintendo would be able to keep foot.
That's true. So it's a new world.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15 is 60% finished. which is actually one of the more hype-looking Final Fantasy games I've seen in a long time. So that actually looks like an interesting thing. Hopefully,
we'll see how it is when it's 100% finished.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been
or is it going to be
for...
released at 90% finished and they'll just
well,
finish everything else later?
You know what sucks? It's the fact that this game has been in development for so long and it's only 60% done now.
Yeah.
Kind of
But you know what? I'd rather them release it at 100% than 90 like everyone else.
Gotcha. I understand that, in all honesty. Now, Sega acquires 2 studios and invests in 2 more. Now, this is interesting because Sega, remember, they just kind of...
Sega's already, like, dead.
Well, I mean, they're only going to do, like, handheld and PC gaming. They acquired Demiurge, a company that is, like, majority share of San Francisco-based gaming startup, Ignited Artists. Let's see, what else? It's still like basically Sega's trying to dominate the West Coast of the U.S. And they have AAA titles on like with it, like Mass Effect and Borderlands. So for Sega to acquire that company is like, ooh, okay. And they did that before doing mobile games in 2008. That company, the Demiurge, Ignited Artists is working on its title debut. So maybe they're working with Sega to probably work with that because, I mean, a more experienced company versus kind of a rookie kind of company, they can help each other out.
I guess.
There's another one, Space Ape Games, the partnership. It's going to be a partnership with Sega. They're going to be bringing that studio's games to the Japanese market.
Okay.
So I have no idea what Space Ape Games is, but I mean, hey, more of an audience, the better.
Yeah, right. Just as long as you get yourself exposure, we'll figure out. Maybe we'll find out who Space Ape Games is.
Yeah.
With the expansion of the Japanese titles.
Yeah, and as far as there's some, Sega's making some moves. It sounds like some smart moves. I don't know how that pays off and anything like in the next couple of years, but I mean they're making some moves.
Yeah.
Sega.
Sega, I thought they were dead.
Yeah. And then funnily, from Sega itself, before we go on to one of our last stories, Sega of America, talking about Nintendo itself. I just want to read this quote because it's very interesting. This is a former CEO of Sega, Tom Kalinske. He talked about this. All right. I don't think Nintendo should give up on hardware or consoles. I'm surprised that they haven't formed a division to extend the IP. I'd love to play some of their games on the iPhone or iPad. It's really a form of marketing for them in a sense. They wouldn't need to make that much money off of it, but it would keep their brands relevant with users, including people that are older like me. So it seems to me that it's a marketing mistake, but I don't think they should give up on what they're doing because they're damn good at it.
Yeah. We've talked about this before, that Nintendo probably should branch out to the mobile market. Just because it's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's right now it's the dominating market. I don't think they should, because I think that they should focus more on trying to promote their 3DS a little better.
Yeah.
But in a way, I don't know. I don't mean to contradict myself, but I think they should do some of that free to play crap for the iStore, the Apple Store, and the Google Play Store and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's maybe it's kind of I'm not gonna say no one knows who Nintendo is, but maybe there are some people who actually just legitimately don't know who Nintendo is.
Yeah.
And so maybe if you put out something like a free-to-play Mario game or something.
Even the old games.
Yeah. Or even just like a $5 Mario game that you can play on your phone.
Yeah. Something
to get back in the mobile market, because you built a console specifically for the mobile market that's losing to cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
And then finally, Mortal Kombat X has a bunch of characters that they announced even just a little while ago. Among them, Takashi Takada, he's the son of Kenshi. Jacqueline Briggs, the daughter of Jax. Kunjing, which is the son of Kung Lao, and Melina confirmed. So far that brings like a grand total of like 18 characters confirmed so far. So far, Johnny Cage has been rumored, even though Cassie Cage is in the game already. But Johnny Cage, man, that's my dude.
Unpopular opinion: I don't like Johnny Cage.
Because you're lame. Nah.
No, because I think he's lame. I think Johnny Cage is stupid. But that's my opinion. I like the ninja characters. I like Reptile. I like Ermac. I like Sub-Zero. I like Scorpion.
Mm.
I like Smoke. He's ninja and he's robot. I like Noobside. I like those characters.
Yeah.
I don't like Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
He's stupid.
Yeah, I guess.
But and out of all of those, they're all kids except for Melina.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting they're implementing the children into the game.
Well, don't forget Goro and Kung Lao.
Well, right, which we've had some of those characters announced already. Like I said, Reptile, Ermac, and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting that they're having the children into the game. Even though they're not children, they're grown up. But
they're kids.
They're having the kids into the game, which is pretty cool.
So
it's like they're moving on. Like Mortal Kombat is finally entering the future. Because how many times have they gone back to the same game? Mortal Kombat 9 was Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah. But now, I mean, they said they want to progress the story this time around. So let's see what happens. And I mean, so far it's looking, to make sense. I don't remember really a good storyline in a video game that's a fighting game. I mean, Street Fighter had those ending scenes at the end.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I don't know. But that's it.
Well, I mean, it's not it.
What's up?
You forgot the banjo, man.
Oh, that's right. The one final thing I wanted to mention, banjo.
So here's the real.
I teased it too. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's the real banjo. Here's the real final story that we're going to.
So Banjo-Kazooie's successor is happening from people who formerly worked with Rare.
Yes.
The good Rare. The Rare that made all the good games that we remember in the 90s and early 2000s.
So we won't get Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. We'll be getting an actual Banjo-Kazooie game.
Woo! What the characters consist of, it's not really 100%. There's just rumors, and they have the little leak images of characters. What the gameplay will be, no one knows yet, but they're developing the game. The music is from former Rare devs that were making the music for those old games as well. It just seems to be working out to be very hyped.
This is working out. So keep your fingers crossed and hope that it's a good game.
I hope so too.
Now that is the end of the podcast.
There we go. Now, don't forget to follow us on our Twitter, our individual ones. You can go ahead, Steve.
Mine is at Steve B. Agilism. That's AGILISM.
And I am at TEH_Rick. And you could also, it's Rick basically. And you could follow us on our show podcast at 2 Broke Gamers Pod. It's the number 2 Broke Gamers Pod. And the WordPress, the blog, 2brokegamerspodcast.wordpress.com, which will all be linked below us anyway as well. We hope you enjoyed the show.
And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, do
all
whatever.
That stuff.
Or leave us hate comments too. It's okay.
Dislikes, whatever, doesn't matter. But we're out of here for this week. We'll see you all next week. See ya.
See ya.